What happens when a young entrepreneur, once praised as a rising star in the tech world, falls from grace in the most dramatic way? That's the story of Charlie Javice, a woman who went from building a promising startup to standing in court, facing a prison sentence that has shocked both Wall Street and Silicon Valley. Charlie Javice, the founder of the college financial aid startup Frank, was once hailed as a visionary. Her company promised to simplify the complicated process of applying for student financial aid in the United States. Investors and students alike believed she had tapped into something revolutionary, and her work even caught the attention of one of the biggest banks in the world, JP Chase. But behind the glamorous headlines and entrepreneurial praise, a shocking scheme was unfolding, one that would eventually bring her entire empire crashing down. In 2021, JP announced it was acquiring Frank for a massive $175 million, betting that Javice's platform could help the bank connect with millions of students and young clients. At first, it seemed like a win-win situation. JP would get access to Frank's large customer base, while Javice secured her place among the tech elite. But soon after the deal closed, cracks began to appear. According to investigators, Charlie Javice had grossly inflated the number of users on Frank. She allegedly claimed that her platform had more than 4 million student accounts, when in reality, the number was far, far smaller. To convince JP prosecutors said Javice went as far as fabricating entire datasets, even paying a data science professor to help create fake lists of students. This deception formed the heart of one of the most high-profile cases of startup fraud in recent years. When JP discovered the truth, the fallout was immediate. The bank filed a lawsuit accusing Javice of fraud, and federal authorities launched their own investigation. The picture that emerged was damning. A young entrepreneur who had built her reputation on helping students had instead orchestrated a scheme to defraud one of the largest banks in America. Now, after months of legal battles, Charlie Javice has been sentenced to 7 years in federal prison. For many, this outcome is a cautionary tale, a reminder that in the high-stakes world of startups and big-money acquisitions, honesty and transparency are non-negotiable. What makes this story even more striking is Javice's age and status. She was once celebrated on Forbes' 30 Under 30 list, a symbol of innovation and success. Today, she is a convicted felon. The courtroom sentencing made headlines across the nation, with prosecutors emphasizing the seriousness of her crime. They argued that Javice didn't just mislead a corporation, she damaged trust in the entire startup ecosystem. Investors, entrepreneurs, and banks rely on accurate information to make billion-dollar decisions. By manipulating data and presenting lies as truth, Javice undermined that trust in a way that could have ripple effects for years to come. For JP the scandal was embarrassing but not crippling. For Charlie Javice, however, it marked the end of her career and freedom. 7 years in prison is a heavy price, but many argue it's a fair consequence given the scale of deception involved. This case is now being compared to other notorious frauds in the startup world, like Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos. Both stories highlight how ambition, when mixed with dishonesty, can lead to catastrophic consequences. The pursuit of success at any cost may create short-term victories, but eventually, the truth catches up. At the heart of this story lies a powerful lesson. Success without integrity is an illusion. Charlie Javice's fall from being a celebrated entrepreneur to a federal inmate is a stark reminder that no amount of money or recognition is worth losing your honesty, your reputation, and ultimately, your freedom. So, as the world reacts to this shocking sentence, one question remains. Will stories like this finally force the startup world to rethink its culture of fake it till you make it? Or will ambition continue to push young entrepreneurs down dangerous paths? Only time will tell.